One, the mainstream news media is saying that she's all of this and that and a bag of chips, including the dips. And it was also the mainstream news media that reported how terrible of a person she's been. And it was the mainstream news media that years ago in 2019-20, when she was running for president, she was the first one to drop out, especially after Tulsi Gabbard mopped the floor with her about her truthful, nasty record in California. It's the mainstream media that pumped up artificial love for her. When you go to all of those many different independent journalists that are working on YouTube and Rumble and Telegram and Gab and different Truth Social, X now, that they're reporting a whole different story. I saw Don Lemon the other day. He was in a deep blue red state. What was that? Pennsylvania, and he was randomly walking down the street asking people, "Who you vote for?" They Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump. But this is a blue state. Not today it is. But over there on the mainstream news media, oh, she wearing Trump out. But then I saw on a independent journalist broadcast, they talked about a different type of poll that had Trump in front of her double digits, like 12 points. And now they're saying because she picked up Waltz, that bust the honeymoon bubble. Now they begin to talk about, ooh, she's, and then that economic plan she put out. And the way she said, I'll snatch their license. Woo, wow. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. And then she even called herself a B in talking. You know, there's a way that you got to balance between being a woman and a B, and started laughing. Ha 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 ha. Boy, y'all don't know what y'all in for. If you get her in the office, wow. And according to her history, her past record, you know, you had to go to different networks to listen to independent journalists that's not controlled by George Soros money and big donors that once they give you money, they dictate to you what you can and cannot do. You know, it's people out there like Richard Medhurst. When he talk about Israel, he bring the goods. And yes, YouTube demonetized him, but he still speak because of the rights that, you know, they have to respect. They can't just block you out, which if you get this person in office, I wouldn't be surprised if they start just shutting you off. Period. No explanation, because you standing against, you know, you're not perpetuating the narrative of them. Now, that country, America, has been taken over, and it is a dictatorship. When that old man put his hand on the Bible 3.5 years ago, took the oath of office, kaboom, that was the completion of the world's most sophisticated coup. I started saying it over a year ago. Nobody else was saying it. But it was the most sophisticated coup on planet Earth. Now you're beginning to see the results of it. Well, they have now got in a position where everything that once was, it won't be. And this incredible psychopath that they're trying to get in office has no love for nobody but herself. But when you think about it, she's the perfect candidate for them that's really running the country to have in there. See, Trump would be too much of a hassle for them to do the things they want to do in the destruction of the country. So they need somebody like her. She have no children of her own, so she don't care. You know, when you a mother and you got children, you have another whole energy about babies. Okay? You know, it does something to you when you birth a child, a woman. I've always said that, listen, if this world had more women sitting in these negotiating meetings, you know, they'll come up in there with the cake, the cookies, and let's eat before we talk and get everybody calm down. It'll be a different place, because the woman natural love to protect the family is going to not allow these men that's out here, you know, trying to prove a point, who got the biggest one, to do these wars and kill up all these babies. You understand? So they not, the women that be in the meeting, they not just gonna let these men just drop bombs on people. They, whoa, hold up, they'll be like, shit, let's figure out something different, because we don't need to kill up. No. And a lot of time, you know, it just be about an ego, right? So anyway, looking at the record of this woman, and one of the first person that I heard talk about her was Judge Joe Brown, because remember, he was a judge and he was out there in California, and so he knows her very well. And when he got to spitting off facts and information about this woman, I'm like, man, wow. And you know, first thing somebody say, oh, he lying. Why would he sit there and lie for 30 minutes about this woman? What benefit would it be for him to just sit up and lie? You understand? And then a senior brother like that, who have, you know, he told about his show. You know, he talked about how they end up canceling his show. So you just don't expect a senior brother like that, with that much money, have achieved that kind of success, to just come out there and sit in an interview for 30 minutes and lie on somebody, just lie. It just, you know, somewhere along the line, you're supposed to think in your mind, and that's real difficult in these days to think, because you got so many chemicals and drugs and poison, toxin, and impurities running through your vein from all of the chemicals that you're eating, that they're called food. And now they're beginning to reveal it is not F-O-O-D. Food supposed to nourish the body, make you feel better. But you go into these different fast food joints and getting drugged up. And it's like the violence, man. It's like the cold-hearted violence. It's just unbelievable. Like, what is wrong with the human? Well, I don't know if you heard, but they put out a doggone research paper that says that those individuals that took that thing, that vacation, are now rated, classified as non-human. What? Oh, it's too late now. You done took your vacation. Wee. You know the level of madness, sheer evil, is unprecedented. Why is it that this election has gotten to the point where it's almost has become violent? Like, you know, some people are scared to say they vote for Trump. Like, you get your butt whooped. But voting is a right. That's what they say, your voting right. Meaning that you have a right to vote for whoever you want. You don't have to get beat up. But I'm hearing stories of families going to blow and walking out on each other As a matter of fact, I tell you something happened with me. A brother that we've been friends with 30 years. We was talking about the two candidates. And my man got so emotional, he hung the phone up. I tried to call him a few days, several days later to see if he may cool off. Won't answer. Shut the WhatsApp down, on the phone up. And it's just a discussion about two different people that, because we living in Israel, me and the brother, he lives down an hour and a half away from me. I live up by the beach. And we just on the phone chopping it up. Two brothers been knowing each other for 30 years. And he asked, why do I support Trump? And I laid out the different points. And it wasn't based on emotions. It was based on fact that don't nobody want to, admit. Those that want this woman, they're not going to allow you to put any good facts on the table about Trump. And so now it's become slander him, slander her, slander him, slander her. Ain't nobody talking about no, like, okay, what is your plan? You go on his website, which I did, all kind of information about the plan, the policy, the objective. You go on her website, first thing, donate. The very first thing, donate. Now she come out, put out a policy about finance. Absolute disaster. You know who put that together? The CEO, right? These guys been working. They work for BlackRock. And if you don't know who BlackRock is, man, what planet you living on? That's who wrote that economic policy. And then the way she presented it was just, man, it was just ass backward. This woman, she's a mess. It's just like one guy said, when she talked with the teleprompter, she do okay. But when she come off that teleprompter, it's just a word salad. Like, she don't know how to speak to people. She sat up there and told them people, if the company don't do what we say, I'll just snatch their license. To say a word like that, snatch. I just snatch the license. Just take the license. Whew. Man. Anyway, no, I don't live in America, and I haven't lived, and I'm not planning on. I desire not, but I got people there. I got friends, family, relatives, and so my heart goes out to you. I mean, I'm over here in Israel dealing with what we dealing with, But one thing, the difference between us and them is that these people over here, they're more violent prone, whereas they'll run up in there and put a whooping on these jokers. They'll get with it. They'll organize themselves and be out there in front of the Prime Minister's house 24/7. And it's like, when these people going home? They've been going home. I was looking over there in Turkey. Up there in the Turkey Parliament, that guy turned into WWF, knockdown, drag out. Oh, it was the funniest thing. This dude was up there at the podium speaking, and whatever he was telling them, there was a bunch of folks in that room, they did not agree with that joker. This one tall fella walked up there, big dude, and he walked up there and looked like he was raising his hand to give him a high five, and the dude looked around, he slapped that joker to the earth. Turned him all the way around, and he was headed face down into the planet. I said, what the, whoa! Knocked him off the podium. And then the whole parliament just started running up there, slugging each other. Why? Because they didn't like what he was saying. I'm like, damn! Can you imagine them doing that in America? Somebody up there at the podium speaking, and the people don't like what they're saying, and some dude get up there and just slap his butt to the planet. It's like, planet's ass. I'm like, man! It'll be a different government. But you know what? It may come to that. Because these jokers, they trying to kill us. Now, I'm going to say this, and you can like it whether or not. You can be stuck on that racist crap, but you don't like black folks. But any of you that did serve in the military, Oh, I take it a little further. Any of you that served in the military and was actually in combat, like firefights and really, pinned down or whatever, and you had black guys, you had white guys, you had Asian guys, Hispanic guys, and all them soldiers. How many men from different races covered your behind? See that? Be racist if you want. When it come down to the bullet don't have no qualms of getting up in your flesh. Now we're in a situation right here where these people trying to shoot us with the bullshit in it. So if there's ever been a time that we as a people need to become a reality, it is right now. Right now, because I don't know. See, I'm in Israel, and you know how the people are always talking about Hitler. Okay, well, I've done a lot of study myself, lots of study, and in that study, I found that Hitler had a guy that was his propaganda manager, right? His chief propaganda manager that put out propaganda. Now check this out right here. When I was studying this guy, this propaganda chief that Hitler had, in his process, he made a statement that these guys are doing right now. He said the bad thing that you're doing, always say it's the other person. The corruption that you're doing, always say it's the other person. And that's exactly what these guys are doing now. When they sit up and say, Trump going to be a dictator. Well, was Trump a dictator the first 4 years that he was in there? Okay, why all of a sudden, poof, he done had an epiphany and he ready to be a dictator now. You see what I'm saying? Wow, they are dictators. You understand? That girl, Tulsi Gabbard, they put her on the daggone watch list. They've been harassing her since the day she told that truth about Kamala Harris. Now they called it I think they called it the quiet watch list, something like that. Yeah, but they've been harassing Tulsi Gabbard ever since that day that she spit that truth up there about this woman. Now here's something else that I'm gonna prophesize on you right now. Check this out. In Atlanta, when Trump did his thing, right? He had that rally in Atlanta, and he had the sister from the college over there. Beautiful, just dark chocolate, lovely sister. Big old smile, packed full of energy. When he went over to the Chick-fil-A, she was there, and she's like a college sister, and she deal with like community organization and whatnot. So he met her there at the Chick-fil-A. They changed information, and lo and behold, he had her at the rally, cause she packed full of spirit. This girl's a great speaker, full of energy. You just fall in love with her. Just wow. So anyway, at that rally, this sister, she said something that I said, man, it was even more colder than what Tulsi Gabbard said about her record. See, Tulsi, she spit the truth. Those things, she's on record for having done that in California as a DA and the Attorney General. The DA and the AG, right? And she did that. That's her record. And if you go on the internet and try to look it up, you will not find it. They done wiped it clean. But all of us that know, and there's a lot of people that know, she did that, especially the men that she did it to. I heard one of the brothers that he was one of the brothers that she was kept in prison, and he came out and did his interview. All right, okay. All right, but this is the point I want to make. The beautiful sister in Atlanta, when she was speaking, she said, maybe we should ask Miss Willie Brown about her. The audience went absolutely berserk. Man, I was sitting there with my mouth open like, damn, sister said that shit, man. Bocato. Yeah, Mr. Young. I'm like, man, she said that. And I saw a girl up in the stand behind her. This chick mouth just fell open. Her eyes got big, like, whoa. Wow. She said it. She said, maybe we need to ask Miss Willie Brown about her. Now, my point is what? Looking at how she did Tulsi Gabbard. And Tulsi Gabbard is still on that watch list. It's like a terrorist watch list, but it's not the terrorist watch list. It is I think they call it a silent watch list. And Tulsi Gabbard did an interview with, I think, Megyn Kelly, and she was explaining to Tulsi Gabbard was explaining to Megyn Kelly that she's been on that watch list since that day, and they have been harassing her to no end, threatening her. And this is your VP that is now trying to be the P. You follow me? Wow. Now I know how you feel about people like Tucker Carlson and X and Alex Jones. I know how you feel. You call them conspiracy theorists. Okay. Well, Alex Jones have a lot of people that contribute to his platform. And because Alex Jones is not using Google servers or anything, he's not on YouTube, not any of that, they can't control what he say. He has his own service, he has his own whole network that he can say what he needs to say. So there's a guy that wrote a book about her years ago. This book is not new, right? And the book has been selling, all right? Do you know the guy was explaining when she became when they appointed her to selected her to be the Democrat nomination, Amazon took his book off sale. Why? Because his book goes into her history from the baby all the way up to everything. And man, did he have some stuff to say. So he gave the interview over there to a journalist, and Alex Jones posted it on his network, and it's jaw-dropping. It ain't nothing they could do because Alex Jones, they got their whole situation. Now, whenever, I remember the old man said, whenever the devil come at you, it's because you're doing something right. If you sliding through life and you peaceful, no problem, everything cool, you do something you doing wrong. Right? But if the devil always up in your grill about something, it's because you're doing something right. So when you look at a guy like Alex Jones and how the government is treating him, you're supposed to already know he must be telling the truth. Because if you look at your government, they hate the truth. They try to suppress it. They don't want people to know the truth. But anyway, Jones got his own servers, and he sent all this information out, and people, it's up to you, you listen to it, what have you. And then he got another cat on there to do an excellent job called Greg Reese. Man, I'm like, wow. You see? And so now, here's Elon Musk. And look at him. Here they go again. Now, Elon Musk done took over Twitter, made it X. And he went in the door telling people that he wants to, support freedom of speech. Why is it that when he announced that he was going to do this interview with Donald Trump, do you know that the head of the United Nations, the head of the United Nations wrote him a scathing letter? Was it the head of the United Nations? Oh, they had a baby. Man, they had these jokers. I'm like, why you see what I'm saying? You see? Now they literally crapping bricks because Elon said he was going to interview Donald Trump. That's how that media works. That's how the media works. And then they won't tell you that the 4 years that Trump was the president, he didn't carry it like a dictator. He did not weaponize the DOG. He did not try to suppress his opposition, send nobody to jail, put up 40 charges, none of that stuff. The dude did the job as the president. Okay. But nobody said that. You understand? Now, here it is. We're looking at this situation, man, and these people is running around harassing folks that telling the truth. So I was listening to the guy over here talking about the book that he wrote on the woman and all the information that it has. And now Amazon was getting letters talking about take the book off the shelf, don't sell it no more. And they stopped selling it for a season. And then he, certainly know the law. And then using the law, the Constitution, and thank the Heavenly Star for that Constitution, cause these jokers, man, if it wasn't for the Constitution, it'll be a bad situation. But anyway, he got the book back on sale. And I know now it's going to start selling like hotcakes. I'm going to get a copy of it. Yes, sir, Bob. Because these people tell the truth. This guy, he sat up there, and when he talked so much and explained so much about this individual, he said she is a psychopathic, social psychopath that cares nothing about nobody but herself. She'll swing any way that's good for her at the moment. And then when if she become the head of this country, he said, Lord have mercy on our soul. It's a real teary kind of situation when you hear somebody on a platform with that many people say, Lord have mercy on our souls. I felt that, man. I felt that. See, that author, he knows something about this woman. And he said it. She cares nothing about nobody but herself. And she's the perfect candidate for them to put in that position to do what they want her to do. Trump would be too much of an opposition because he really loved the country and he see the bullshit that they doing. But he said, she could care less. And then he talked about how she see herself as a victim because something that made her happen to her in her childhood, then she's going to make everybody suffer. He said, okay, she been doing that. Look at California. He said those things that they're saying she did, that is her record. He did the research. He said, that's actually her record. I did the research. He said, but you go now. He said, why is it you can't find it now? Because they hiding it and they lying to you. Okay. This man, he sat there and he said, if she become vice president of this country, that psychopath, deranged maniac, I mean, he used them all, that's on a mission to hurt people because she claims she been hurt. He said, Lord have mercy on our soul. Wow. I have never heard anyone publicly make a statement like that. And that scared him. He did the book. So you know how it is when you're writing a book, you got to do your research, your information got to be correct, or people can sue you for slander. And if your stuff ain't correct, they can get you. So this guy, he wrote this book about her. Whew. That really touched me. I'm telling you, when he said if she become president of this country, the guy just stopped and looked. He said, Lord have mercy on our soul. Wow. And then did you hear her talking about the economic policy where they don't do what we say? We just snatch their license. Snatch it. You don't even talk like that publicly. Or I would have said if they don't adhere to the policies, then we would have to look into the licensing process. That's where I would have said. I would have said we just snatched their license. You supposed to already hear this chick is a psycho. How mean and evil it is to say something like that in that particular manner. All you have to do is watch, open your eyes, take away your emotions, calm down and listen. This woman is letting you know she is a psycho. And that's exactly what the New World Agenda need to destroy that country, because you cannot go in and attack a powerful country like America when it's on its feet, organized, working in harmony. You can't take them, you know. But if for whatever reason they become weak or disorganized or something to take them off their square, now you can get them. And that's exactly what's happening. From inside out, they deteriorating the country in order to bring about that New World Agenda. Don't forget about Klaus Schwab now. Just because he retired don't mean it's finished. I listened to his daughter. She sounds just like her father. There you go. There you go. See? There you go. That child, she's a young girl, rich like all of them. These are those what you call unelected leaders that the people did not select. And remember, the Klaus Schwab, the Bill Gates, they all came up under that Margaret Sanger, the depopulation woman, okay? And so that's why you got Gates and these other people running around talking about the world is overcrowded. Them boys, they all come up on the same teachings. And Klaus Schwab, yeah, he created the World Economic Forum, but that was a cover for the New World Order agenda. You know what I'm saying? Every time they get together and go to Davos, that's a big old juicy meeting for the backers of the New World Order. And you are seeing their plans come into effect. Look at what's taking place in London. Now I'm seeing all these videos of black people talking about it's dangerous to go outside. What happened? I mean, some of them black folk born and raised there. They speak just that British accent and that's where they from. They black, but they ain't even African. They don't know nothing about Africa. They were born and raised right there in the UK, Europe, London, and now they saying they can't even go outside. What happened? How do you get a people to all of a sudden snap and start shooting and fighting and killing their neighbors who they've been friends with for years, bringing the world into a state of total chaos, and then we will present the solution, and the solution is going to have the whole world locked in a box. So they're working on America now. You know, I really, man, I'm going to prophesize on you again. If they, for whatever reason, don't allow Trump up in that office, it may be the end of America on a big scale. Like you know, you have some people like, man, F this, I'm tired of this crap. And just go out and they got their bangers, they got their guns, and they just go to work. It could get to there, literally. And that's exactly where the New World Agenda manufacturers want it. Total chaos. So they could roll in with the solution. And the solution is going to be what? Lock them all up. Now you done got put in these cages. Y'all supposed to know about the FEMA camps that they already got built out there, way out Midwest on government land. Oh, you don't know about that? Oh, okay. All right. Keep on eating that McDonald's, Burger King, and Taco Bell, and Del Taco, and all that crap. Go ahead, keep on. In Hebrew, it says bivracha, like enjoy your meal. Stay stuck on stupid and see what happens. By the time you look up and see what has happened, and by the time you realize what's happening, it'll be too late. It'll be too late. And they got the perfect candidate in there so that they can do their work. Somebody that ain't gonna give them no problem. Now I saw the CEO sitting there with her, with the paper, telling her, you say this is your economic agenda. That's just what they need. You know, daggone well Trump ain't gonna do that. Cause see, I caught the video where Trump was in the meeting with all his people, and he was asking them about this country. He was asking them, why are we paying them so much money? What do we get out of that? For what? Why are we paying them money? And everybody was sitting there kind of like with their head down, one about it saying, and he said, I want to know. Why are we giving them so much money? They got their own money. No, they got to pay. Then, like one dude tried to say, for protection. Protection? Trump was like, protection from who? Okay, so they using our military for protection? Yes, sir. And we paying them money? Why? Man, I listen, I'm telling you, everybody up in there is not with the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And some of those people be secretly filming those meetings. And this one individual happened to film that meeting. He put it on the net. I happened to catch it before they wiped it. And I saw Trump up in that meeting wearing their hands out. Like, what the hell? Why are we, okay, so we giving them protection. Hell, they should be paying us. They should be paying us. Why are we giving them military protection and we giving them money too? He said, I don't understand that. Somebody in this room explain that to me. See, that's what they don't want to deal with. You see, y'all don't know. That's what they don't want to deal with. With Kamala Harris, yeah, whatever. Why? Because she ain't committed and loyal to nothing. Yes, she screwed her way up to the top. And if you listen to her, she's a straight ding-dong that don't know nothing. The girl told her when she was out there on the tarmac, when she came up there to speak with the guys, not when they had got the hostages, not that time, another time, she was sitting in the SUV 30 minutes going over the information she's supposed to go out there and tell the people. Then when she got out there, knucklehead, she brought the book. I mean, she had to open the book. Like, why you open the book? You just been sitting in the truck 30 minutes. Everybody standing out there in the hot sun 30 minutes waiting on this clown. Why? Because she in there reading. Because just like the people said, when the journalists that went and interviewed people that had worked with this woman, they had all horror stories with working with this woman. Disrespectful, insulting, condescending, yelling, and they said she lazy, don't want to do the homework, you know what I'm saying? Because she didn't get there doing the homework. She got there doing other type work. You understand? And so that's how she got there. Means what? She didn't need to do the homework to get there. So she's still in that same mindset of letting somebody kiss them lips between her hips. 60 years old. Okay, so if that's the way you got there, then that's the way you have to function to stay there. You know what they say when you in a relationship, when you're trying to get a relationship, the way you got her, that's the way you have to keep her. So whatever you did to get her, that's the same thing you had to keep doing to keep her. So if that's the way that she got there, like the brother Judge Joe Brown said, she whored her way up there. So that means that's what she know. It worked. You can say whatever you want about that. That joke is about a hair's breadth of being the president, and she got there like that. So that's what she had to do to stay there, and they know that. You know what I'm saying? See, you got to take your emotions out of this world, all right, and think. And you have to try to get to a point where you understand how other people think. Okay, that'll help you a lot. You know, you get to where, okay, that's the way they think. Let me, that's the reality. That's where we at. That's where they at. You know, no matter how much you would want them to change, it ain't finna happen. And you got to be able to deal with people where they're at. Okay? And the reason why I be so, you know, adamant is, like I said, I got family there. My oldest daughter, one of my grandchildren's there. She got my granddaughter, her husband, my son-in-law. I got nieces, nephews in Atlanta, Georgia. I got nieces, great niece, great, you know. I mean, I'm still young. I'm 63. But, you know, I got great nieces and nephews over there. Friends in Chicago. My best friend, the only best friend I have, is living in South Florida. So there are people that I have great love and respect for. And that's why I always, you know, try to pay attention and try to say something so that this thing don't sneak up on nobody. But I'm not the only one. My best friend sent me a video of this guy. Oh man, he had it broke down. He did a bang up job. Seriously, about this thing, in a manner better than me, much better than me. And so I'm gonna go back and listen to him again because I enjoyed it. You see, I enjoy listening to people that see it through eyes of truth and not through the eyes of the lying media. You understand? So anyway, hey, that's enough. As you see, I'm out here working. I worked late last night, and then I had to pop back up this morning and come to this crane. But they banging your brother around, and I'm tired. And I'm not going to be here much longer. I'm going somewhere else because it's time to slow it down now. But anyway, I enjoy saying these words to you. I love you. Love you with a perfect love. Soul Emperor. Okay, he said, peace, Nubian you came. Thank you, Toda. Likewise, peace, shalom to you. Soul Emperor. Okay, he said, I told a childhood friend that I wasn't voting and surely wasn't voting Democrat. He got all emotional too. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, so what? So what? Who cares? If I was in America, I'd vote for Donald Trump too. I probably could vote from over here. I could vote for over here, but I'm not going through all that. You follow what I'm saying? But if you ask me, yeah, my support is with Donald Trump. You get mad all you want. Shit, I don't care. Shit, that's you. You just have to deal with it. It's like we got to deal with more bull crap than that. If you going to get all sweaty on the collar because I'm supporting a candidate that you don't, so what? Like in Hebrew, we say, Azma. So what? Azma. So what? Love you with a perfect love, always. Love you from the basement of my heart to the attic of my mind. I love you 24/7. I love you all the time. That's why I said it. Shalom.